बैठ के जाते हैं, और वो फ्लाइट तो हमारी नहीं है, ऐसे ही बच्चा हमारे गर्भ को यूज कर रहा है इस दुनिया में आने के लिए। तो हमें क्या, उसको कंफर्ट देना है। इफ यू गो ऑन अ फ्लाइट एंड द टेम्परेचर इज नॉट ऑल राइट, पीपल देयर आर टॉकिंग, मोबाइल पे फुल वॉल्यूम में सब अपना अपना देख रहे हैं, विल यू एंजॉय इट? नो. So likewise, when you are looking out for comfort, when you even travel for 1 hour in the flight, ये तो उसकी life journey है. So the most gross thing that you can think of is always food. ना? तो मेरे को बच्चे को नरिश करना है, और नरिशमेंट कैसे कैसे हो सकता है? एक तो एट द ग्रॉस लेवल, हम सदियों से, जन्मों से एक चीज हमेशा हमने की है, भोजन। और दूसरी चीज हमने क्या की है? प्रजनन, रिप्रोडक्शन। सो इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि जो ये चीजें सदियों से होते हैं, आपके रिप्रोडक्शन का जर्नी चालू है, यू आर अ प्रेग्नेंट मदर और यू आर प्लानिंग अ प्रेगनेंसी, सो ऑलरेडी इन दैट मोड। अभी जो ग्रॉस से सटल की जो हमारी जर्नी रहती है, सूक्ष्म से स्थूल, नहीं, स्थूल से सूक्ष्म की जो जर्नी रहती है, वो प्रेगनेंसी के 9 महीने चलती है। So it could be physical eating, it could be mental, it could be how you talk to your baby. So there are a lot of factors. Garbha sanskar doesn't mean just chanting mantras all day. What kind of thoughts you have? लेकिन हम क्या, हम सबसे पहले ना प्रेग्नेंट है, तो लोग क्या कहेंगे? फ्री में एडवाइस, ये खाओ वो मत खाओ. So today I'm going to talk mainly on the kind of food and what your mindset should be to have food. So the nourishment code. So कनक, कोई भी चीज हम स्थूल से सूक्ष्म की ओर जाते हैं ना, तो वैसे ही है। तो जो एंशियंट गर्भ संस्कार है, वो मॉडर्न साइंस के साथ अभी रिसर्च करने के बाद ही कहते हैं, अरे ये तो चीज एकदम सही थी। तो मॉडर्न होने के चक्कर में वी कांट फॉरगेट आवर रूट्स। एंड हमारे हिंदुस्तान में ओल्डेस्ट सिविलाइजेशन, सो आवर रूट्स आर वेरी वेरी डीप। जितनी आपकी रूट्स डीप होंगी, उतना ही मजबूत आपका पेड़ होगा। आंधी तूफान आते हैं, 150 किलोमीटर पर आवर की स्पीड से जब पेड़ आता है, दो ही तरीके के पेड़ बचते हैं। एक तो जिसके रूट्स बहुत डीप होते हैं, और दूसरा घास, क्योंकि घास इज फ्लेक्सिबल। सो वी आर वेरी रिजिड इन एनीथिंग। नहीं, मैं तो यही करूंगी, अब मैं ये नहीं करूंगी तो भी दिक्कत है। और ये यदि करना है, मुझे यही करना है, तो यू शुड नो व्हाई यू आर डूइंग इट। योर रूट्स शुड बी वेरी वेरी डीप। तभी हम अपने शूट्स में पत्ते आएंगे, फ्लावर्स आएंगे, फ्रूट्स होंगे, सीड्स होंगे, एंड दिस जर्नी विल कंटिन्यू। सो नाउ व्हाई वी आर स्पेंडिंग टाइम टुगेदर? द फाउंडेशन ऑफ लाइफ बिगिंस इन द वomb. क्या क्वालिटी ना, देखो आपके बच्चे का सारा जो डेवलपमेंट है, जो उसका आकार है, वो तो अभी 9 महीने में बन रहा है ना। बच्चा पैदा, यूं थोड़ी है कि बच्चा पैदा हो गया उसके बाद उसका हाथ बनेगा, या उसके बाद उसका, ओनली द साइज विल इंक्रीज. सो 80% ऑफ ब्रेन डेवलपमेंट हैपेंस इन द वomb. जब हमें पता भी नहीं, हम उसको एक मांस का लोथड़ा समझ के बैठे हुए हैं. वी आर नॉट इवन अवेयर कि बच्चा अंदर ग्रो कर रहा है. मोस्ट ऑफ टाइम यू वाचिंग समथिंग, हम कुछ भी सुन रहे, कोई भी रील्स देख रहे. गर्ल्स रिमेंबर, everything is impacting your baby. Your baby is like a CCTV camera sitting inside and capturing everything. There are 1,000 critical days. तो 1,000 days बोले तो कितने दिन हो गए? 9 months of this journey and first 2 years of life. और ये हम कैसे बोल सकते हैं? With our 5,000 plus years of wisdom, and this has been transferred from generation to generation. In our houses, when we cook, we have particular combinations. आप सांबर को जीरे से नहीं छौकोगे. For that you will need mustard seeds. And when you are cooking maybe aloo बैंगन की sabzi, you will use 5 foreign. So there are specific combinations in a kitchen. This is nothing but Ayurvedic wisdom which has come down to us from generation to generations. Every meal is a building block for your baby's future. So what you are doing today is going to impact your life of your baby, even when your baby is 70 years old. तो जो आज बीज बोया वो कहीं तो फलित होगा. We all love eating mangoes, but how many of us have planted mango trees and eaten mango from the same tree? Somebody else has planted, they are enjoying the fruits. But if you want to eat lagda mango, you have to sow that seed. If you want to eat dashari, you have to sow that seed. So likewise, even in a baby, if you want a divine baby, you want your baby to be very happy, comfortable, confident with all kind of, uh, feelings and emotions. You have to have those first. नहीं मेरा बच्चा बहुत सत्यवादी हो और हम पूरे टाइम बैठ के झूठ बोल रहे हैं, कहाँ से सीखेगा? तो जो आप कर रहे हो वो डायरेक्टली आपके बच्चे को इम्पैक्ट कर रहा है. वेजिटेरियन डाइट्स when planned support optimal pregnancy outcomes. मेरा बच्चा तो अच्छे से ग्रो करे ना, और हम दूसरे के बच्चे को मार के खा जाएं, ये तो बात नहीं बनी. तो आई पर्सनली एडवाइज कि इस टाइम पे हमारे को अहिंसा से भी दूर रहना चाहिए. नहीं नहीं, प्रोटीन कहाँ से मिलेगा? हाथी को प्रोटीन नहीं खाता, हाथी इतना बड़ा है. हॉर्स पावर, हॉर्स इज नॉट ईटिंग अंडा फॉर प्रोटीन, इट्स हॉर्स पावर. सो डोंट बी अंडर द इम्प्रेशन कि नॉनवेज खाएंगे तभी प्रोटीन मिलेगा. And modern research has, validated what we've been talking since thousands of years. We should go around. Yes. So now understanding Garbha Sanskar, this is very important because this is a word which is selling like crazy these days. It is science of perinatal enhancement. Whether you get some tests done, whether you get an ultrasound done or not done, whether you eat the right kind of things or not, one thing is happening inside, that is the baby is growing and multiplying the cells every second. We've been in the session for the last 14 minutes now. Your cells, the baby's cells would have multiplied a million times. So systematic approach to nurture the developing baby through maternal lifestyle. This is very important what I said. जो माँ करेगी वही बच्चा सीखेगा. इसे पिता का भी रोल है. Don't think only the mother. The father can create a good, conducive environment. If he comes home very stressed from office, and then he comes home and he throws tantrums, or don't talk to me, I'm very tired, there was lots of work in the office. If that kind of environment is there, the father is also responsible for that, and that is called epigenetics. So the father is responsible for creating the right kind of environment. Not just the father, your immediate friends, your families, your maike wale, your sasral, and everybody plays a role in this, including social media. So key principles गर्भ संस्कार के भी कुछ वो है. Ahar, that is your nutrition. Vihar, your lifestyle. You sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning and you get up at 11 o'clock in the morning. It will not work. It will disturb your entire system. Then your conduct. I said, you want your child to be Harishchandra Satyavadi, and then you are thinking, I have to, say this to the maid, I have to fight with the boss, that friend, how could she say this? That relative, how could that relative comment? I cannot forgive. If these kind of things go on in your mind, your baby is also like the same things. And then your thoughts. Every thought of yours is impacting the baby. तो आपके पास चॉइस है. संकल्प के साथ विकल्प मत डालो. मुझे नॉर्मल डिलीवरी होगी, क्या मैं दर्द बर्दाश्त कर पाऊंगी? If you think like this, you've lost the battle. And then scientific validations are there. What I'm talking as a doctor, I will never advise something on social media. There are like everybody, Tom, Dick, and Harry, everybody is talking about Garbha Sanskar, and people believe. So they're just reading and copying, pasting from somewhere. I have so many years of experience. I have my own 3 kids, all normal deliveries, and I've delivered so many. Even today, I feel a normal delivery is a normal delivery. Cesarean is still a surgery. People have considered cesarean to be normal now, but we still call it a cesarean surgery. ना? जिस दिन normal delivery abnormal delivery हो जाएगी, then I will say cesarean is normal. And you are responsible for your cesarean, not your doctor. If you have doubt on yourself, your thoughts, right from the beginning, इतना दर्द होगा, ये वो, Hindi movies have also contributed a lot in this. Labor pain, those kind. No, it is not too bad. It's been happening like this for thousands of years. What happened in the last 20 years? The girls became very delicate. The husbands also said, why should my wife go through that pain? I have money, I can do it. But remember one thing, katogi tum hi, and there are always side effects of every surgery. The neuroplasticity studies support perinatal brain stimulation. What you are doing stimulates your baby's brain accordingly. And stress hormones cross the placental barrier and they affect the fetal development. I have personally seen a lot of these cases during COVID times. Like all of us, thanks to social media, all the doctors were connected on WhatsApp and we were, writing our own experiences in that. And everybody had one thing in common. What was that? Premature deliveries and miscarriages. So stress, that is what it does. So Ayurvedic pregnancy nutrition is very, very important. Not just nutrition. Please don't go in for Western Mediterranean diets. We are Indians. We should be eating Indian food. Oats, cornflakes. Who said oats are healthy? You flatten oats are not healthy. I say that. So please follow the traditional Indian diet wherever you are. If you're a Kashmiri, eat accordingly. If you're a Tamilian, eat accordingly. If you're an East Indian, eat accordingly. If you're a Gujarati, eat that way. Now we basically have three doshas: the Vata, Pitta, and the Kapha. All are important, but in balanced condition. When you're eating too much of junk, so many things go here and there. Everything goes haywire. So that disturbs your Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Accordingly, your body will be formed. Accordingly, your thoughts will be there. Now, Vata dosh is predominantly responsible for the nervous system and your movement. And this is basically directly responsible for your baby's growth and development. For this, you basically need warm, moist, grounding foods. Some people might be very comfortable having a coffee. Some people might be very comfortable having a cold drink. But when somebody comes home, we serve the same thing to everyone. So some are comfortable, some are not comfortable. So you have to see your own body and take a decision what goes with you and what doesn't go with you. Now for metabolism, Jataragni, the heat in our body, the digestive system depends on that. खाना खाया गरम गरम, साथ में ठंडा पानी पी लिया, all gone. So this controls your metabolism and the nutrient absorption. You've eaten the best food, but if the wrong combinations are there, the absorption will be hindered. Absorption will not be good. For this, you need cooling, sweet, bitter foods. And the three doshas are seen by a Nadi Pariksha, an Ayurvedic Vaidya, not by us modern doctors. We do not know how to see the doshas. We are not trained for that. And then the kapha, it forms your structure and immunity. I can see a person and tell that what is the constitution. And then we have combinations as well. It could be vata pitta, vata kapha, it could be pitta kapha. So that way you have combinations as well. Now, this is a vegetarian pregnancy nutrition pyramid because I said we do not support non-vegetarian food during pregnancy. Now, we'll start from down because that is how we eat. No? In a thali, maximum what we have is roti and chawal. If you go to somebody's house, they'll say, aha, you say this palak paneer is very delicious. Ek roti aur kha lijiye. Nobody will say take more palak paneer or eat more salad. So the foundation of our servings, so we can bring about a little changes. Multigrains can be consumed, but from my own experience, I do not prefer a multigrain atta. I prefer multigrains, but have one grain one day. So you can have something like brown rice, quinoa, millets, oats. We've written all these because the girls these days want to hear these fancy names. Otherwise, I will say have jowar, ragi, no, bajra, makai, depending on the seasons. Then you need 5 to 7 servings of vegetables and fruits. Rainbow, your thali, your plate should be rainbow color. Then for power, you need proteins. And the commonest way to have proteins in our Indian homes is having dal every day. But according to Ayurveda, there are different dals for different days. You're not supposed to eat the same yellow dal every day. Then nuts and seeds and dairy also gives you power. Curd. Then 2 to 3 servings, ghee, coconut oil, avocado is the new fancy item in India. Please never eat dry sukhi rotis. Always put some ghee and have. And when you have dal chawal, please make sure you add little bit of desi ghee in that as well. So many households, they'll do baghar with ghee. Chonka lagate to ghee se lagate hain. Now, trimester wise also we should have these ideas. We are not telling you you have bhindi, you have lauki, you have this. No, you're basically educating you about the nutrition value, and you can make your own combinations and recipes. So now in the first trimester, you don't really need to eat much because the baby is just developing, right? So what you need to focus is on folate. That is, a folic acids are given. B6 and ginger for nausea. If you have lots of nausea, just keep one small piece of ginger, you know, on in your mouth and just let that juice go in slowly. Avoid strong spices and excessive heat generating foods like garam masalas. Now, in the second trimester, you need to focus on iron, calcium, and protein as well. First trimester, whatever you're normally eating, that is good enough. Now, in this, you need 340 additional calories. Girls, remember one thing, you don't have to eat for two. You just need to increase the quality of your food. If I'm in the habit of eating 2 rotis for dinner, just because I'm pregnant, I can't eat 3 or 4. So, what I can do, I can increase I said, no, the quality, not the quantity. So, fortified cereals can be had, sesame seeds can be had, paneer also you can have. And the emphasis is on your digestive file, that is the jatagni. लेकिन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन रखना है. ये नहीं प्रोटीन बोले तो दिन भर प्रोटीन ही खा रहे हैं. फॉक्स नट्स भी खा लिया, सत्तू भी पी लिया, तो वो सब नहीं करना है. Then see, in life, balance is very, very important. Now, in the third trimester, we add DHA and protein for baby's brain development. We need 450 additional calories. In this, we can add walnuts, flax seeds, almonds. But in my practice, I've noticed pregnant हुए जूस पी सकते हैं क्या, ड्राई फ्रूट्स खा सकते हैं क्या, नारियल पानी पी सकते हैं क्या? Do you do these things every day? But sometimes patients want to hear a yes. A properly made nimbu pani with 2 pinches of salt and little bit of sugar or honey or little bit of good. You add nimbu, it gives you the same amount of nutrition what coconut water gives, even better, because this has vitamin C as well. But people want to have nariyal ka pani. ठीक है, पियो भाई. So we will talk about the big 8 essential nutrients. Folic acid. Folic acid is very, very important for the neuro placental development. Our spinal cord is being formed, our brain is being formed, and how this is formed, this placenta is supporting it. So why this matters? Because we don't want a child to have neural tube defects. Some children, have neural tube defects, so उसमें पीछे ऐसे बॉल की तरह हो जाता है. Spina bifida हम बोलते हैं, उसमें नीचे spine में problem हो जाती है. So to prevent those things, we advise you to have folic acid. And there is a latest research which says we should not have folic acid as it is. If you're taking tablets, please have the active form, that is methyl folate. नहीं, फोलिक एसिड की टैबलेट तो हमारे को 15 रुपए में 50 मिल जाती हैं, तो सस्ता है. डॉक्टर इतना महंगे वाला क्यों लिख रहे हैं? You know the advantages that as well. So please have methyl folate. Now, what are the sources of folic acid? See, naturally what is available in nature is best for you. But वो नहीं हो रहा है, तो we need to compensate it with medicines. Girls, if medicines had everything, as doctors, we wouldn't have eaten food. We would have, popped some pills and we would have been happy. But it doesn't work that way. So dark green leafy vegetables like spinach, then legumes, lentils, chickpeas, and black beans, fortified grains and cereals, which I don't really promote much, asparagus and broccoli, and citrus fruits. I said Nibu Pani is one of the best. And whenever you're having these things, in fact, vitamin C is one thing which you should be taking every day. पूरा नींबू बदनाम हो गया है कि नींबू खाने से हमारे को जुकाम हो जाता है. ऐसा नहीं होता है. In fact, we advise that whenever there are immunity issues, you must have vitamin C, because that is one of the most important vitamins to increase your immunity. Now, iron we all know is important, and green leafy vegetables, pumpkin seeds, fortified cereals. The best and the easiest thing is लोहे की कढ़ाई में खाना बनाना. Start cooking in a iron vessel. Now, vitamin C foods, because iron लेंगे, vitamin C नहीं लेंगे, absorption will not be adequate. So this is a super combination. So you have to have vitamin C. नींबू पानी भी दिन में एक बार पी लेंगे तो चल जाएगा. Whenever you sit down for your meals, please make sure you take a lemon and squeeze it in your food and have it. Tomatoes and strawberries, and avoid tea and coffee, because excessive tea and coffee reduces your iron absorption. Now, calcium we all know is again important for bone development of the baby. If you are having adequate milk and curd, along with fruits, medicine dose can be reduced. I personally assess my patients, and then again, I randomly will not write iron calcium to everybody. I always take the diet history, and then it is, each patient is different. And online is something which I never prescribe a medicine, because I need to see my patient physically. So lots of platforms, girls, are coming these days. You give me a prescription. No prescription online should be taken. Calcium will develop your baby's bones, teeth. For the heart also, it is important. For development of nerves also, it's important. And calcium is needed for muscles. So if you don't get enough, your body will take calcium from your bones. God has made baby to be very, very selfish. Whatever the baby needs from you, it will first take from the blood. If it is not available in the blood, it will take from your bones. So you might have weakness later on. That is why we give these supplements, because most Indian women are deficient in iron, calcium also. Vitamin D has become another big issue now. Sesame seeds are very good. Almonds and other nuts are also good. Green leafy vegetables again, and fortified plant milks. These are soya milk, almond milk, coconut milk, all those milks are also available. See, Ayurveda recommends sesame seeds in winters. In North India, when we have 14th January, it is celebrated all over the country. And that is the time, in Banaras we call it as khichdi. But everybody, first thing that they eat here is sesame seeds. सुबेरे उठ के आपको sesame seeds ही खाना है, only after that. And that is a tradition which is being followed for thousands of years. गुड़ और तिल, तो जो गुड़ तिल की पट्टी रहते, that is eaten, and that is coming as a protein bar these days in America. I had one student from there and she said, can I have protein bars? I said, I read the ingredients. It was literally, jaggery, peanuts, and sesame seeds. So vitamin B12 is again very important, but the most important thing in vitamin B12 is it gets absorbed only in the mouth. I repeat, it gets absorbed from the mucous membrane only in the mouth. So if you have the habit of eating very fast and just swallowing food, you will have vitamin B12 deficiency. So that is why these days we are even giving sprays, because it gets absorbed only here. So nasal sprays are available. Now this is found in animal products, but we have it even in our green leafy vegetables. In East it is there, so any fermented food, if you're having idli, if you're having dosa, if you're making, some Gujarati dhokla kind of thing in which you're fermenting, so any fermented food will have B12. And why this matters? Because B12 is important. There is a cycle. So for absorption of iron, even B12 is important. And this deficiency can again lead to neural tube defects. Now, proteins, we all know, this is the time when, protein is in. Everybody is talking about a high protein diet, but too much of protein is also not good for body. So dal, nuts and seeds, yogurt, paneer, all these things are a very good source of protein, and grains as well. Now, omega-3 fatty acids. Again, important for the baby and the eye development. It is there in flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, and algae supplements. Algae supplements, we get tablets. And then zinc is again very important thing. And how many of you will actually remember during COVID times, everybody was advised to take zinc? Why? Because it increases your immunity. Yeah? So chickpeas are good, cashews are good. So zinc is very, very important for your immune function. Now, vitamin D. जो चीज हमें फ्री में मिलती है, उसके लिए हम लोग दवाइयां खा रहे हैं. And it's surprising, and I don't understand why. The test of vitamin D, when we get a vitamin D test done, the test costs something like 1,400 to 1,600 rupees, as to from which lab we are getting it done. And the treatment is for the whole dose 200 rupees. But nature has given us free. Every morning, go out and sit in the sun for 20 minutes and 20 minutes at sunset. That will solve most of your problem. So sun exposure is so important. इसीलिए हिंदुस्तान में सूर्य नमस्कार का ट्रेंड होता था. Then now fortified foods are available, supplements are available, but when you're taking supplements, that value will increase and then it will go down again. So if you want to sustain this, go to Goa, lie down on the beach, apply, sesame oil and lie down for 3 days. Do that every 6 months. Your vitamin D deficiency will be taken care of naturally, free of cost. Now, there are certain powerful combinations. 1 plus 1 could be 2, but 1 plus 1 sometimes become 3 also. Like it was you and your husband, now the child is coming. So there are certain golden combinations. Iron and vitamin C, I had said, for iron absorption, vitamin C is important. Turmeric and black pepper. The golden milk is again in fashion. When you heat milk and you add turmeric, if you're not adding black pepper, the curcumin absorption is not adequate. So once you add the black pepper, this absorption increases by 2000%. And then when you're taking calcium, Along with that, magnesium is also important to make stronger bones. Sesame seeds is a wonder seed. But if you go to the market and buy sesame seeds these days, flax seeds, sesame seeds, if you go to big counters, they're expensive. Go to a normal grocery store in your area and you'll get it 100 rupees a kilo. And ghee and vegetables are also very, very important because they contain vitamin A, D, E, K. These are all fat soluble vitamins. Now, combinations, we are always eating dal chawal because it provides all the 9 essential amino acids. Amino acids are not formed in the body. We need to take them from an outside source. So rice and dal. Traditionally, we've been eating this for thousands of years. Quinoa and nuts. And the chickpea and tahini. These are some fancy foreign combinations. Now we have certain digestive enhancers also. First trimester, you're not feeling hungry. A combination of ginger and honey is something wonderful. Then CCFT, that is cumin, coriander, and fennel seeds. They also create a very good digestive system. This supports your healthy metabolism. If your metabolism is good, the baby will get the right kind of nutrition. Yes. Then ajwain and warm water is also very good. And after delivery, when you drink ajwain and warm water, it helps you in recovery and all that muscle fatigue is also taken care of. Now, foods to embrace. We like bracing, but this is embracing. There, God has made a natural pharmacy. Now, do you want to make your medicines as your food, or do you want to make your food as medicines? So, eating the right thing and what you're eating, the same taste bud goes to your baby also. So if you want your child to be eating, traditional food, please start eating traditional food. If you always are craving for momos and burgers and chips and cold drinks, your child will be also interested in having those things. So now for brain, walnuts are very good, almonds are very good, pumpkin seeds are very good. But how much? You can't eat these things all day. Just a little bit. No? Let's see what are these. We'll be talking about specific questions towards the end because otherwise that breaks the flow of the session. No? And most of your questions would be answered during this. If you still have questions after the session, we'll take it up. So I said, no, we are not telling you that eat this, eat this. Just an overall education that what is good. Then pumpkin seeds are also good. Blood builders. But remember, girls, one thing. Everything that is red doesn't mean that it will be giving you iron. No? Dates are very good source of iron, but you should not be eating too many dates because too much of dates can precipitate liver. The pomegranate is very good, but no juices. Juices will increase your sugar level suddenly. The sugar spike will be there, and the nutritional value is lost when you put these in the mixie. So pomegranate should be chewed. Only then that iron and vitamin B12 will be absorbed by your mouth. If you're taking the juice, it is going directly to the stomach, where most of the things are destroyed by the HCl that we have in our stomachs. Then beetroot is good, but not raw beetroot. You should always steam beetroot and have it. Then there are certain bone builders. See, what I'm talking is if you are having it once in a while, chalega. Every day, if you're doing the same thing, only then it causes harm. Like in pregnancy, we say don't eat green papaya or don't eat pineapple. But if you're having custard or something, or you're having pineapple cake, that will not really, disturb. Sesame seeds are good. Ragi is one of the best. In Karnataka, all pregnant women have a lot of ragi, and after delivery, all children are given ragi balls. And green leafy vegetables also help us in everything. Then digestive healers, what all can heal us? Fennel seeds, Fresh ginger for morning sickness and mint leaves. This is a time when mint is available, so we can use mint. नींबू पानी बनाओ, उसमें you can crush little bit of uh, mint, and that it tastes really good and very cooling as well. Now we need something which will sustain and give us energy for a long period of time. Sweet potatoes, shakarkandi is very good. This is something which even diabetic mothers can have, and even diabetic patients can have this. Though it is sweet, but there is a lot of roughage in that. So it is actually good for sustaining energy. And another thing, जो भी चीजें हम व्रत में खाते हैं, whatever we eat during our traditional Indian fast, all those are considered healthy. And quinoa is complete protein, and coconut is also uh, very good for brain development because it has healthy saturated fats. And natural electrolytes help maintain proper hydration. Now, what we should eat in little quantity, and what we should avoid: papaya, pineapple, then too much of fenugreek seeds, methi also, and lots of heating spices like chili and black pepper. Huh? हाँ है. I just did and I came, you can go. Then what all you need to limit is caffeine, refined sugars, because white sugar is addictive. It is worse than taking drugs. So please make sure you do not give sugar to your child as long as possible. Processed foods are also not good because they have very high sodium and low nutrition. Trans fats, they cause inflammatory diseases in the body, and artificial sweeteners. Please never go in for these, what is that? Low cal foods and diet coke, a Red Bull kind of things. All that has to be avoided. Then your journey, it is a journey. See, most of the times we go for a holiday somewhere, and after a few years, when we sit and talk about it, we are talking about the journey. We went by train and this happened and we did this in the train and blah, 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 blah. Suppose you're traveling and, like once I was traveling and we had a bomb hoax in a flight. So we have something to share. I would have flown so many times, but that is one journey which I remember. So whenever we have challenges in our life, girls, it is always to learn and move forward. So even this 9 months is a beautiful journey, which you'll probably remember later on and cherish it. Listen to your body. If I say you should be doing prenatal yoga, you should be walking for 30 minutes every day. No. Please see what you can do. Balance is the key. And every meal is an opportunity to support your baby's development. Every meal. नहीं इस बार तो ये खा लेते हैं बाद में न्यूट्रिशन खाने. Every meal matters. Food is medicine. Choose ingredients that heal and nourish. Just look at this cat, what happened to him? And we need building foods also, and these good habits will make your family healthier. Now, there's certain things which will happen in pregnancy. No, it is not normal. So something, but it is not a pathology. You're not sick. Not having a baby is a disease. But if you are pregnant and you have a baby, it's perfectly normal. So don't be a complainer. I have pain here, I have pain there, I can't do this, I can't do that. If you are a complaint box, your child will also be like that. Morning sickness relief. Once you get up in the morning, make sure that you eat something sweet. I need to put this for this. So sweet food will help your, acidity, whatever acidity was formed all night because the digestive system is going on. Yes. So in the morning, if you eat maybe one piece of, half a piece of banana, or maybe even a small little piece of apple, that will also do good. It is difficult, but I'm giving you just practical tips. Fresh ginger sliced with hot water, I had said. and fennel water you can have, and frequent small meals. Don't try to stuff everything in one go. Huh? Gradually. Now, constipation is another side effect of the cough. Start with warm water. We should not be drinking cold water at all. No cold water, no cold drinks. So just sipping, not drinking, sipping warm water. Sit down and drink. And many girls have this issue that can I sit on the ground? For millions, we went in the open for defecation. So sitting on the ground and using the Indian toilet is in fact better than using the commode, the Western seat. Increase your fiber intake and stay active. Triphala is something which should be had after the delivery and not during pregnancy. Acidity is again very common problem. So for that, coconut water, fresh cucumber, fresh mint, all these are very good. Eno is another very good thing. Never doubt Nimbu because when you have Eno also, in that also lemon is there. So lemon is one of the best things for acidity. I know it is citric fruit, it is acidic in nature, but when we have that, it works like an alkaline medium in the body. Remember to eat slowly because the digestive system, the assimilation starts in your mouth. If you're eating very fast, the undigested food goes to your stomach and that will cause acidity. And avoid triggers. We all know our triggers. Like, I cannot have tea. I can starve, but I cannot have tea because that really triggers. So everybody has to see what their triggers are. Then fennel seeds, soft, बहुत अच्छा रहता है, उसको चबा सकते हो as a digestive. You can even drink soft का पानी. Now, pregnancy swelling is bound to be there. Some will have little, some will have more. पैर भारी हैं, ऐसे तो बोलते हैं ना प्रेगनेंसी में कि अरे प्रेग्नेंट है, गर्भवती है, ये उसके तो पैर भारी है. So now you know from where it is coming. So what you need to do is reduce the sodium intake, increase the potassium intake. So जो हम नमक खाते हैं, हमें सेंधा नमक भी लेना चाहिए, हमें आयोडाइज सॉल्ट भी लेना चाहिए, हमें काला नमक भी लेना चाहिए. Some people, no, 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 we will not use Tata salt, we will use Himalayan pink salt. No, you have to have combination of all these because that iodine is also very, very important. Now, when you're sitting, don't, hang your legs and sit for a very long time. You can elevate them and keep your legs at a height so that, the drainage is good. And when you're sitting, move your legs, your toes and your heels up and down. That way you'll be contracting and relaxing your soleus muscles, your calf muscles. So that acts as a peripheral heart, and whatever pooling of blood is there, that will go back to the heart once again. And very gentle massage. When you do massage, it should always be upwards towards the heart. It is very natural to feel the fatigue. There are certain reasons why. One is your body is working extra. Then BP also reduces during pregnancy, first trimester towards the end. And for this, what all you can do is have iron-rich foods. We've already spoken about iron-rich foods. Then have complex carbohydrates. They're loaded with carbohydrates. सूखा रोटी खाना is simple carbohydrate. उसमें देसी घी लगा के खाना है, तो that is a complex carbohydrate. दाल चावल खाना है, simple carbohydrate, desi ghee डालिए, complex carbohydrate. Once it becomes complex carbohydrate, it gets absorbed very slowly, and that sugar spike will not be there. Now, something that we cannot ignore is adequate rest. Don't lie down on the bed all day. 8 to 9 hours of quality sleep. You can divide this. 8 hours at night, half an hour to 1 hour of rest in the afternoon. Don't sleep for 2 to 3 hours in the afternoon, then you will not be able to sleep at night. Then you'll go to the doctor saying that I have insomnia. Yog Nidra is again another very good way. It's a power nap of 20 minutes. what I do is, I'm in the art of living, so I follow Gurudev's Yog Nidra every afternoon. Now, supplements are prescribed because we know our patients are deficient in a number of things, and you should take these supplements prescribed by a doctor without any hesitation, without Googling the side effects. Everything is a side effect. No? Now we all are sitting here, some are on laptop, some would be on mobile. Something can happen there also. No? So everything is a side effect. You're sitting, the AC can catch fire, the fan can fall. So please do not Google for the side effects of anything. If you have to see, you should see how I can have cordial relations with my mother-in-law, you know, how I can trust my in-laws, those kind of things you should Google, which will actually help you in the long run and not doubt the doctor's prescription. So we've already discussed these things. What is important? Folic acid, B12, iron, vitamin D3, omega-3, calcium, zinc, and probiotics are also very, very important. So probiotic, no need to take tablets. Curd is good enough. And please, when you take the tablet, talk to your doctor so that you know when you have to eat what. There is no hard and fast rule कि आयरन है तो खाली पेट ही खाना है. आजकल तो बहुत सारे iron supplements are available which you can have after food also. Then what is important is iron and calcium एक साथ नहीं लेना है. There should be a gap of at least 2 hours in those. You can have one tablet in the morning, one in the afternoon, one at night, divided that way. The prenatal vitamins also have good combinations with vitamins and minerals. You can have that as well. Now, all these medicines are safe and they go through a lot of stringent tests. So they are tested in the labs. And if they are, please see for the mark. If there's a red mark, it is a non-vegetarian source. If there's a green mark, it is a vegetarian source. So if you're vegetarian, so please look out for these marks. Then there are certain natural formulations. Avoid artificial colors. And most of these things are doctor approved. So please, please consult your doctor and then take a prescription. Now, hydration is very important in pregnancy. If you're not hydrated, the baby's fluid, the amniotic fluid can also reduce. So drinking about 10 to 12 glasses of water is good enough. If you're 40 kgs, 2 liters of water, 60 kgs, 3 liters of water. So that is for every 20 kgs of your weight, 1 liter of water is something that is recommended. Because the total volume of blood, 2.3 liters, it supports increased blood volume and amniotic fluid production. So if you are dehydrated, these things will also go haywire. And Machli Jalki, he's gone for physiotherapy. Physiotherapy. मछली जल की रानी है, जीवन उसका पानी है. ऐसे ही बच्चा जब गर्भ में रहता है, तो this amniotic fluid is very, very important. Then healing herbal teas are also there. You can make these teas at home: ginger tea, fennel tea, mint tea. Put them in water. Either you can soak them and just leave it overnight, or you can boil them, strain them, and have them. Then lime water happens to be my favorite. Fresh coconut water is very good, and buttermilk with cumin is also very good in summer. Almond milk, if you want to have, you can have that. Fresh vegetable juices, if you cannot digest anything else, so a little bit, but try to have the whole fruit. Suppose you have oranges, no? Have one orange complete and juice of 2 oranges, right? Because it is not possible to have 3 oranges. So you can divide it half and half and half. And make your own vegetable juices. And I'd say no coffee, no unwashed fruits, no artificial beverages, unpasteurized milk and all that. So now, preparing for breastfeeding. Can't prepare for breastfeeding after you have delivered the baby. This starts from the day one of your pregnancy. First is you must be determined that I'm going to only breastfeed my baby. So if you eat healthy, only then the baby will be healthy. So that is all the protein, healthy fats, galactogog foods. डिलीवरी के बाद वो लीव के लड्डू बनते हैं, मेथी के लड्डू बनते हैं, हल्दी का हलवा बनता है, गोंद के लड्डू बनते हैं. ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर नथिंग बट गैलेक्टोकॉक्स. But what you're eating, please be careful because you'll be resting and not working out, then you will gain a lot of weight. So milk production के लिए oats, sesame seeds, fennel seeds, almond, green leafy vegetables are good. Then if your digestion is good, only then the baby's breast, the breast milk quality for your baby will be ideal. So probiotic food, fiber food, adequate fluids. You have to drink 350 ml of extra water after you have delivered because in India this is another myth. पानी पियोगे तो पेट निकल जाएगा. So why that extra water? So that the milk quality will be good. A dehydrated mother will not have enough milk quantity. So foods to avoid excessive sage, alcohol, smoking, caffeine, and high mercury foods, which are like fishes and all those. So how you have to monitor your progress. This is very important. During pregnancy, how much of weight you are gaining. 500 grams to 1 kg in the second and the third trimester. First trimester, you do not gain any weight. Either you lose weight or it remains the same, so don't worry. And you have to rate your energy levels on 1 to 10. And then digestive health, you have to see whether you have regular, comfortable bowel movements or whether you have diarrhea or constipation. And your mood as well, because whatever you are feeling, your baby is feeling the same thing. Now, medical checkups are important. Hemoglobin, it should be more than 11, ideally it is 12. Blood sugar fasting should be fasting less than 95, but till 100 हम लोग okay करते हैं. Blood pressure less than 140/90, and there should be no protein in the urine. Now, food diary, a diary should be checked 3 days per week. Supplements आपको रोज खाना है, लिया है कि नहीं लिया है, हाइड्रेशन कितना पानी पी रहे हो, and what are the other kinds of foods that you're eating. Now, there are definitely certain red flags in pregnancy. Sudden weight loss, बहुत ज़्यादा vomiting होना, severe fatigue that you can't do anything, and unusual craving. मेरे को तो चूल्हे की मिट्टी खाने का मन कर रहा है या कुल्हड़ खाने का मन कर रहा है, those kind of things. You must always tell your doctor. And seasonal eating, whatever fruits and vegetables are available in the season, you must be eating those. Right now we have summers, so I would want to take up only the summer foods. Cooling foods is something that you need to take at this time. Juicy melons, sweet grapes, fresh coconuts, then vegetables like cucumbers, zucchini, cooling leafy greens, and sweet bell peppers. Then rice, wheat, oats. And always pray and be thankful to God that He's provided you food. So, this gratitude practice is something which is very, very important. And distraction free meals. If you're watching something on your mobile and eating, the absorption reduces by 25%. So, you are eating the healthiest food, but if it is not getting absorbed in the body, it's a waste. Chew your food very slowly. God has given us 32 teeth. That is why we should be chewing 32 times actually. But now we are eating cooked and overcooked food, so 32 is not possible, but still try to do it as much as possible. 15-20 bhi hoega. So absorption has said because absorption starts in your mouth. And you should be aware about your hunger. Sometimes we feel hungry, but we are actually thirsty. So whenever you feel hungry, first please go and drink water and see whether your, hunger is done with. So sometimes we can't differentiate between, quenching a thirst and whether we are hungry. So you have to make your own personal action plan, current diet analysis as to what you're eating, what you need to change in your kitchen, in your diet, and create your own shopping list. And from Magical Pregnancy, we are always there to help you and guide you. And I can take up certain questions now, though we have short our time. Yes. Please ask questions which are useful for everybody and not personal questions. That for diabetic patients, actually you'll get a diet chart from your doctor and follow the diabetic chart because we don't have much time to discuss those things in detail. And it depends what are your likings and what are your dislikings, whether you are a North Indian or South Indian. So diet plans are made according to your taste and from where you come. In high risk pregnancy, you have to have a balance, no? And what is the high risk accordingly? Whether you have a low lung placenta, whether you have high blood pressure, or you have gestational diabetes, or you're hypothyroid. So we need to know what exactly. Chiransha, how many weeks of pregnancy? Without that, it is very difficult to say why you have. No? One book which all of you must read is Life of an Unborn Child by Dr. Thomas Welton. Sharmishta, if you feel hungry that late in the night, you can have some ground nuts or maybe a protein bar, sesame seeds and gurwala. Chiransha, 5 to 6 weeks, it is very, very normal. And for the first 12 weeks, as it is, besides folic acid, we will not prescribe any medicines. So do some, sukshma yoga, walking, and those kind of things. Yeah, so I think we are done with everything. That's all for today. That's all for today. And I hope everybody is there in our group. Can somebody share the uh, group? Shiransha, I'm in Varanasi. Though I do take online consultations as well. So if you have to, do an online consultation, I'll do a video consultation of 15 minutes. So Nikki has shared this. Please join this inner circle womb magic and whatever questions will be there, we'll take care of you and your questions as well. Thank you, Annie. Okay, guys, bye-bye. Have a great time. Go and sleep well and stay happy always and keep smiling. Because remember, whatever you are doing, your baby is doing. Love you all. Bye-bye.